Here's how the barter's gonna work. You're gonna give me 4 of the people from your tribe who are gonna barter on your behalf. They have to bring all of the items that could be bartered with them. So I'll give you a minute to decide who you want to send with me.
We bartering with y'all?
Well, hold on.
You're not bringing anything?
Keya, come on over, the 4 of you.
What's the game?
Handlers, anybody who's not bartering, take them back to camp.
Okay.
We're going back to camp.
We're going back to camp?
Okay.
We're camping?
Yeah, we head back to camp.
Okay. Do they barter for you?
Yeah. And take the flag too.
Take it?
Yeah. Hold on, just not make it. Yeah, don't make it seem yet. What? We're not gonna have a ton of complaints. This is gonna be
At the end of the day, we had a bartering opportunity, and we nominated 4 people to barter for us, and we nominated the 4 people that didn't know about it. So they went and bartered, and then it was just left with me, Jen, Bobby, and Bruce.
It's funny, it was complete coincidence who we sent up to barter. And then we're just like kind of starting to walk back, and we're like, oh my god, this is the 4 that just went to do the challenge. I go up there and I'm like, let's kind of hustle back a little bit and at least find it, right? So if we could find it as a 4, and if it was a food item, just pretend we didn't look for it, wait for the guys to come back and be like, hey, we found this, let's look for it as a group.
All right, so this is your session. It's up to you to make offers and so forth. I may have some things I might want to offer you. But I'll let you start. You can make your intentions clear with the other groups, what you might be looking for, what you might have to offer.
Which tribe doesn't have flint? What tribe doesn't have flint?
We have this ember to offer.
Y'all have flint?
Yeah, we brought nothing to barter with. Because we're the nothing tribe.
I think one of the moments that I will point to in terms of like strategy was at the bartering station. I wasn't sure if I was going to go, and then I said I really did want to go. Like the narrative that we had going into it, that was one of the tribes had 2 pots. And then we realized that both of them had 1 pot. But we needed a pot because we had rice and we wanted to have some breakfast.
You guys have any rice? Would you guys want to trade some tastier food? Fruit?
That doesn't need to be cooked.
Clementines.
No, we got 2 kiwis and an apple.
No, thank you.
You guys have a pot for your rice?
I mean, we got 2 rices though.
We don't have a pot.
So how are you going to cook your rice?
We got 2 rices.
Would
We
you
need
rather
rice for the fruits.
You think we want to talk about that?
It was pretty good. I mean, I'm not lying.
You guys should just give me stuff for free if you don't want it.
I mean, we'll take it.
Sugar.
Spare some change.
Don't decide you're not going to make rice.
2 stems of
Hey,
grass
Becca.
with flour.
I like that hat.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I'm just kidding.
I get him all the time at school.
You're not going to be able to eat the rice anyways because it's on the pot.
Exactly. So,
So something you can
I
eat
just teach
and something
biology
we could
and
eat.
environmental.
Help each other out.
I've done a field trip the last like few years where I've taken to
I know. That's the point.
aeronautics and like water,
You don't get it?
ocean, like study place. It's really cool.
Lance was all like, okay, like let's actually, they were trying to trade us for the rice. We had rice and they had fruit, and they're like, why don't we just switch? Because then you need something to, you don't have anything to cook your rice with, and you get the fruit. And Lance was like, yes, definitely, let's do that.
This is immediate.
Is that what we say? We don't have
There's no more rewards after this. They said there's no more rewards after this. Today is the last day, so you guys can't eat that rice unless.
Should we just?
Yeah, let's just do what we're gonna do.
What? No food.
And you guys get food, we get food. We're probably going to tribe switch tomorrow or tonight anyways, and then you're not going to, what are you going to do with that? You might as well just eat this right now.
Right.
All right. Well, we're good on bartering, but Angela.
This note requires your tribe to steal one item from another tribe at the bartering session. At any time during the bartering session, present this note and choose your item.
Okay.
Presenting the note.
So we're gonna take y'all pot and y'all can keep y'all fruit.
Yeah, makes sense.
Wouldn't want.
I mean, if you're gonna make sense, you know.
Makes sense. I'd do the same thing.
God, you think?
Is that the red or the white bottle?
I'm not saying.
Oh, you've got 2.
Should have kept the spoon.
Are you guys
Should have kept the
satisfied with where you're at?
Still like that hat.
Behind door number 2, John?
It's
We don't have
got my
anything
name
else,
in
so-
it. I've autographed it.
I was making an offer for
That's
a
good.
tarp.
It does. It does. Maybe we can trade hats at the end of the day.
in the mood for an
No,
apple?
I'm not going to ask for
honestly
an item
down.
back. I'm going to ask you to do something.
We feeling confident
what's
in our
that?
power,
What's up?
Let's do
Or
it.
do we want this?
I just need to know if you're interested in a tarp.
We're interested in a tarp.
Okay?
We are
Sure.
interested.
We would fight for it.
We would take another turn.
Yeah, we'll take a second.
We are interested in a tarp.
Straight in.
From that point, continue into the woods directly away from your fire. Switch to be that way. Or tribes fire pit within a short distance, you can find your reward. Didn't you guys say you were 180?
Like it was our opportunity to be alone. So we come running back, and it was just like total chaos at the camp. There's the 4 of us that know like there's some clue there. Bobby and Bruce had their own information that to go look behind the fire pit, and ours was sort of a similar type of information. It was just like it was chaos. It was just like running around frantically before the other 4 got back.
Walk directly away from the fire pit into the woods. Luckily, if I get the tree off, so it's probably up in there. Find it? Bobby, tell me what the clue is so I can. It says continue into the woods directly away from your tribe's fire pit within a short distance. You can find your so we don't know. It could be over here. So I think it's in the woods. There said 180. David, I think yours is behind. No, Jen, you're over. Get over, Jen. Get over by David.
Oh, okay, so here.
Camp and start a fire, or they go
And then 180 this way?
Sounds like maybe it's all right.
How far is 180? Halfway. So when I'm coming in, like this, turn 180?
Turn 180.
Okay.
That way.
From the center of your tribe's fire pit, facing the trail leading into your camp, turn 180. So that's
So it's not even, it's a diagonal.
No, facing the fire pit. Walking into your camp,
I saw
you're
your weight.
facing the fire pit. You
Nope,
turn
not-
180 and it's sort of
I got it.
They have 180, but ours says directly away from it.
from the center of your tribe's fire pit and facing the trail leading to your camp.
so you're facing it that way.
Facing to your camp.
Facing the
This
trail,
is our camp.
Facing the trail leading to your camp, not facing the camp.
Okay.
Facing the trail, which was this coming to our camp. I think it's right up in here. And it says find the nearest tree. So as soon as you find the 3 rocks, once you find a group of 3 rocks, then locate the nearest tree.
Wait. So do these combine? Yo, David. I think these combine.
If you want a tarp, any of you, you can nominate 2 of your tribe mates that are back at camp to go to Exile Island.
As much as I'd really like to send one person.
Exile Island. Items will have all the advantages on our side.
If we send our folks to Exile Island, then we have the ability to...
John, question. Does that mess up our winter feast?
It will exclude them from the winter feast.
Oh, no, we can't do that. No, that's not right. That's not right.
Yeah, I would have let y'all send me.
I don't think we can do it.
No, we're not.
Yeah, no, we can't. We can't ruin the tribe mentality that we got going. That would totally break us.
I don't want to do that.
Because if they were going to some place that like had stuff, sure.
Yeah,
but that's not where they're going.
They're going to nothing.
Yeah.
Exile Island. Yeah,
I mean, there's probably some sort of like game advantage.
They're not going to take kindly to that. That we told them that we chose for you.
One, that makes them a target.
Yeah.
Which they wouldn't be happy. 2, they don't get to eat, which they wouldn't be. 3, that brings them back to camp and they miss it all. It makes, I don't know. I'm not.
So you're a no, you're a no?
Yeah.
We will pass. We appreciate the offer, we'll pass.
Okay, what if you were to send yourselves to Exile Island for the entire night? Is it all 4 of you?
To give the rest of our tribe the tarp?
You will send the tarp, you will get the tarp, and you will bring it back with you tomorrow morning.
And it has to be all 4?
All 4.
I still don't.
Because we won't, it doesn't cover us in the night anyway.
If it was just
Yeah,
one,
I feel
I
like
would
for
have done
a singular tarp.
We wouldn't want to do that.
Hold on, now they're just deciding on themselves. They said no about sending somebody. They're just deciding not sending themselves.
But the fact that it could have been close.
Until tomorrow morning.
And I don't like the idea. Of
And then we're gonna. What if we swap anyway?
Yeah, I mean, it just, to me, it just sounds like numbers.
It's not.
It's like sometimes there's big moves, and this might be one of them. That's the only reason I'm saying it. I'm not saying I want to do it.
What's the best case scenario? Like we get an idol, and then we just have it for like that's like the best case scenario, right? Is that we get an idol.
Goes with them.
They just don't show up.
Or an advantage, but even then, I don't think that's worth it. Because we were already prepared to go without a tarp.
If we're good, then we're good. But I just wanted to talk it through.
Yeah,
This is just random.
Fair. I appreciate
this
it.
is not changing my answer. But can 2 tribes go together to Exile?
No.
So there's only one tarp.
I'm only making one offer.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, we will pass.
I think I'm good.
From what I can tell, that tribe is pretty messed up. Like there's some numbers being shaken around because when we were at that barter situation, they literally almost sent 2 people from their tribe. They were about to send 2 people to Exile. So right away, the other 2 of the tribes that were like, no, not at all. The other 2 tribes are sitting there like, holy shit, like, oh my god, like they're actually gonna send them to Exile. They didn't end up doing it, but even within that 4, you could sense the conflict between all these people. It's just crazy. Like, how can you send 4 of your tribe mates to go barter and you know that they're not on the same page? Mind-boggling. Like, I don't understand it. So I definitely think the Upon tribe is a little bit screwed.
Okay, Keya, you're going to join up with the rest of your guys at the reward feast.
Okay.
You guys are heading back to camp. You're heading back to camp, and you will have your mini reward brought down to you. Thank you, John.
We had a steal and taking the pot and not trading with them, and then I offered them the ember because we had flint. We didn't think that we would need it. We're having trouble making fire now, so that might not have been a good idea, but we didn't think that we would need it. So we kind of offered it up to the other team just as like a peace offering. Just like, we're not like brutal people. And people were like, no, we'll just bring it back and smother it. It's like no big deal. And I was like, well, it's no good. It's like only going to give us goodwill in the future. So like playing the long game from the beginning is fun.
Live reenact. Facing your tribes. From the center of your fire pit, facing the trail leading to your camp. Right here. Turn 180. And walk directly away from the fire pit and into the woods. Walk until you find the group of 3 rocks, then locate the nearest tree. And then we have the other.
Huh? Here it is. Three rocks? No, there's two. I feel like if you panic. Bobby, you sure that
From the center of your
supposed to be together?
What?
Are you sure ours are supposed to be together?
You know I found it?
You found?
Yeah.
Found what?
I found this. I was running around frantic and I found this little thing. I was supposed to find a pile of rocks, 3 rocks, and then the thing was supposed to be near a tree. And when we get there and Jen's running around and like finds a bunch of finds rocks and just starts like throwing them all over, like just no, they're not here, it's not here. And it's like that wasn't what the note said. She had known what the note said, but there was a lot going on. I was just looking near trees, obviously, and like there was this one tree that's right near our camp that I just looked and there she was. I looked at it and I kind of looked around, no one saw it, and I just stuffed it in my pants. And then I told Bobby, he was like running around with his head cut off, and I knew people were coming back, and I wanted to kind of slow the excitement down a little bit because they were like running around. I afraid all 4 of us gonna get busted, like running with our heads cut off. But I had it, and I went over kind of quietly as he's running around. I want to go far with him, and this is probably it was probably a horrible decision for me to tell him, but I sort of felt like it was just building trust. I don't think he's going to turn on me, and I'm willing to use it for him. Hopefully he doesn't turn around on me. But it was kind of awkward where I said, okay, maybe, because there's 4 of us are running around, I said, these guys are going to come back pretty soon. Like, someone go take spot. Like, and I'm like, I'll go take spot. And obviously, well, I'll go with you. And then Bruce, goes, whoa, you guys must have found it. Why would you both be? And so we kind of, downplayed it, and he's probably on to us.
Shh, that's frantic. Jen.
No, you might be right, because it does. Why would it say from that point? You are right, maybe, because why would it say from that point?
Hide them.
No wonder ours didn't make any sense.
I think I got him. I gotta give us a chance to look for something. No, I'm curious to see what they come back with, or if they even come back. I work 4 people going back to a camp by themselves makes you think that maybe something might be coming on, especially since it's taking so long.
Zica.
How we doing? What'd you get us? What'd you get us?
So we got bad news and we got good news. What do you guys want to hear first?
Good news.
We lost our pop, but we got our right.
Good news is that we're all here tonight because part of the barter was trade 2 people that go to Exile for the whole night, but we get an extra tarp. And we don't get it until tomorrow when you guys come back. So we were like,
They stepped up and did it? Or?
no, we all said hell no. The Red Tribe, they really contemplated.
Yeah,
they were
don't have
they were
it
like about
tonight, so that's why they were thinking.
Oh, there's an Exile. That's so cool.
So
no,
they have
no
that.
One did.
No one did.
Bad
They
Tribe.
thought about it, but now we know there's an Exile.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And that they're shaky, or they have people in mind that they might send, kind of thing. That'd be cool.
The other thing, the bad news.
Oh, we also got a free ember.
Oh, nice.
But it looks
They
like
extinguished our.
Bad news is that the winning tribe had a little scroll that they got after they won. It said at the barter they're allowed to steal any one item, so we don't have a pot anymore.
Oh my god, no.
We tried to trade. They were about to trade the rice for the fruit, literally right about to. Then they pulled it out and they were like, all right, but we're not going to do that. We're going to take your pot.
Oh, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, we were wondering, why did they even consider our offer?
Yeah.
Well,
they didn't know what was in there yet.
No, they really were because
they were
one of them doesn't like
internally
rice.
arguing.
Well, they have 3 bags of rice, right? So
Yeah.
So again, David and I are in an alliance, and Bruce and Jen are not, but obviously we were paired separately. So we came back, figured out fairly quickly that, well, no, actually, not really, but figured out that the clues should go together. And then David ended up finding it, told me about it pretty much immediately. And then just basically had to just keep hunting. I kept giving Bruce looks I've found this before. they do kind of situation.
And all of a sudden we realized we're the four that had these clues. So we rushed back, we started looking for everything, we were zipping around. And then 2 of the guys went off, and I kind of have a feeling that they found out what it was, but we're not sure. So I just was checking to see if I had one last little bit of what's going on. Have a note, not sure if it's going to do any good or if it's something to be used later. I have a feeling, and I'm trying to make sure that I'm in a positive mode, but I'd be bummed if my 2 buddies they got it or and left me out. So
yeah.
I have to start concentrating.
July ever.
Where are we going, Colin?
We are going to our celebratory feast that we have earned for the day. Hot dogs, burgers, cold drinks. I don't know what else.
We're assuming maybe popsicles. We're hoping the red, white, and blue popsicles are there. At least that's a personal.
There we go.
That's a me choice. I would love to see that, but what does everyone else want to see? Steph, what are you doing for? Food?
Any food. Anything more than 1 orange slice per person.
You guys can drop your stuff off and.
Oh my gosh! You might want to take your water bottle. You might want to take your water bottle so you can put some juice in it afterwards. Yeah, good call.
Canteen, bring the canteen.
I'm so
happy.
We're to freedom!
Oh my God!
Let's go!
Okay, so today was a great day. Coming out here, I was extremely nervous about being on a losing tribe or just not fitting in with people. But today was perfect. Even though it started off with me throwing up in this porta potty multiple times throughout the night, getting no sleep, and having a bloody nose all during it. It was just quite the night. But going through the day, winning the feast, it was a great day, and I feel really good with this tribe.
So during our reward tonight, where I set out for the last 3 challenges, and my tribe was amazing, and they won today, and they won the reward feast, and I needed the food. I know I eat a lot, but I didn't know that I needed food that bad. And they were very supportive. They're like, oh no, this is yours too. Come on, come on, come on.
Oh, we wait. That's my question.
Organization, just a second, but have a seat.
This is so romantic!
Guys, how cute!
Yes, Keya, we did it, guys!
Are you gonna like this? Because that'd be really cute.
I'm doing what I shouldn't have done, and I'm obviously performing pretty well in challenges, and I think with the nature of this game, I'm enjoying myself immensely, but the nature of this game, the way it's set up with all these challenges before anything really happens, is not good for me because I'm doing really well in challenges and the target's getting bigger and bigger to other tribes. I know it is. If it's not, that doesn't make any sense. I think the feast was more valuable than trying to worry about my image. I feel like socially I can maneuver, but it's just, is my reputation already too strong from that? So
I'm gonna pass the plate around. Looks like there's one for you.
Looks like the burgers are here and the dogs are down there.
Yeah. Who wants tea? I can drink tea. Thank you, Steph.
Yeah.
Wait, I can taste That's what I wanted.
Here are the bugs, guys.
Thank you.
So my tribe came out on top today, so we got the big 4th of July feast at the end of the day. And the biggest thing that happened there is that I bit into my burger and there was a clip. So I was able to slide that out. Everyone else was focused on their food, so I just dropped it in my pocket. Afterwards, I ran to the bathroom, read the clue to make sure that it wasn't applying right there, because I didn't know if that was going to be my only chance to grab it. Turns out it was back at camp.
Freedom.
Guys, I'm so excited. Thank
Can I
you
get a
so
hot
much.
dog?
Yes. Thank you for this.
Burgers? Do we have to
I'll do a burger.
Yes.
Or do I have to get them out?
We need a hot dog buns.
There's little condiments right here.
We had a feast. I sit down. I love hot dogs. I grab a bun and I open it, and there's a little note in it, which was literally the last thing I was ever expecting, because I saw the paper on the table and just assumed that was it. So then I was like, oh, I have to go to the bathroom. So I go to the bathroom, read it, and I'm like, oh, that's confusing. So from that point, continue into the woods directly away from the fire pit. Within a short distance, you can find your reward. But that is only half of the story. Add the other half of the clue to find your way to the reward. But don't wait too long, this reward will only be available for a limited time. So that didn't make sense to me, and I assumed there was going to be something else hidden at the feast.
Hot dogs
Do you
around
want
there.
CT?
You can pass us the buns, please.
Yeah.
Did you pass the dogs too?
I've had some sweet tea.
Buns.
So good.
Anyone else see
Brownies,
CT?
super
Gosh.
Anyone want
Scratch my
brownies?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Guys, I love you guys so much.
Oh, I know.
I love you. We did. I don't know how much we actually need
Let's
this,
do our
but like,
chant one
it feels
time,
good.
guys. Before we
It's been like 24 hours.
It's been like, we're acting like we're dying.
Cheers to day one champions.
Hey.
Cheers.
Cheers. Let's try some fun.
Cheers. We're the best.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To freedom!
We did that. So proud.
We did that. I like that phrase.
Even after
we did that.
Even after we
Did
lost
that.
one.
No, it's okay.
I don't know if that's a new one.
I said I was like, I really hope we don't swap tonight, just because I don't want to have to be like on top of things or trying to like talk to people. I just want us to be able to go back and like chill.
Relax, dude. I need to
Just
sleep.
lay there and do nothing.
That sounds so good.
You better get.
It's a baseball team.
No, only at Disney you have to say friends. But you better stay away from that girl, man.
Oh my god.
Like, she was giving you those death eyes. I hope y'all don't end up on a tribe together. When I
Don't
mean,
worry, she's
she
the
was,
one I
look,
gave the ember to.
She was over here. He was over here. You talking to him. She come like she looking at you talking to him. Then she comes stand on side of him. And I was like, Sam, I think you need to just come over here.
Sam, he's like, Sam,
Like,
what are you doing?
Don't get in trouble.
I'm like, Sam,
those two are
just come
really
over here.
close.
I was like, okay.
And then there's the fact that me and Rachel are totally going to be in alliance because Rachel and I went to college together. And I was like, Ratch, if we play together, you know we're going to be main allies. And she was like, of course we are. And she was like, then I'll stab you in the back. But I don't think she will here because we're tight. So I'm assuming that no one knows we are friends. And additionally, my entire tribe thinks Rachel hates me because I was like talking to Austin at one point and Lance like saw Rachel like make eyes at me, probably because Rachel and I are like literally speaking in sign language to each other at certain points because we both took ASL in college. So we were like, I was like, I remember. She was like, you guys won, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember. Like she was like, because you were like, she was like, oh, you forgot the sign, and I was like, no, I remember the sign. So we literally like talked in ASL like today, and so we're gonna be okay.
It'll be fun when we like merge and stuff. You're like, so what's the deal?
I'm just saying, 'cause she looked at you like,
we just get paired
survival
together.
challenge. This is my show, man. When we leave the show, we're gonna make it Facebook official. Sam, stay the fuck away from my face.
Are they really like that?
I don't know. They really close as hell.
This is like Lance telling the time also. So
No,
who
you
knows?
saw it for yourself.
No, I mean like
You saw it for
I
yourself.
don't think I saw the eyes, but like I saw like the moving. I don't know.
They didn't even give us an idle clue. They didn't give us an
Life
idle
size.
clue.
There's a second
Tyra
one.
Banks
We worked
is the
hard.
doll and she becomes
Life size.
Oh, I
Very
Life size. Y'all ever saw Life Size too? That's why I say we didn't get an idle clue, guys.
Oh shit, that's real. That's real. That's real.
The last time they ate on this exact patio.
And the clue is hidden right there.
Oh my.
What are you doing?
I didn't do it. Welcome to do it. So that might be something.
How could you send us on a reward and not give us another reward? We deserve all the rewards.
Did you go on the bottom side of that piece of paper?
Yeah, we looked at it.
You want to check down on this side?
I did.
I'm not getting
Wow, that's a rope. I'm pretty sure that's a rope. That was the challenge advantage. Oh, I don't know. It's the same thing.
Oh, is that the same thing?
Wait, did you? So the box had two.
I wonder if your clue
Wait,
is the same
both?
as our clue.
Wait, so both
Where's
groups
your
did
clue?
actually
Oh, you
find
have your
the
clue.
boxes?
Okay.
And you have a different one?
We don't know.
You guys ended up with both of them?
How is our clue
They
so
was,
much better?
they was on
We were
different
in
teams.
separate
So
places.
just a FYI, so that also means that Bobby and Bruce have theirs. Their clues.
So do
And
David
so
and
then David and Jen have.
Yeah. So we made it.
So-
We like made a deal to not
Us,
say anything.
us as well.
But during that reward feast, I told Anthony, Sam knows we've got to tell him when we get back to camp. So as soon as we got back to camp, we said, hey guys, we wanted to wait until we got away from all the other tribes because we figured there's something at their camps as well. But we got this slip of the reward, and they were like, oh my God, we thought you didn't get anything. We believed you. We went, did you guys get anything?
and looking at Anthony and Angela, and they were like, yeah.
I was gonna tell them, I was going back and forth, but I was probably gonna plan on telling them anyway, because I don't want stuff turning around and getting back to like, oh, so you did get it, but you didn't tell us. Whatever.
But then we just get back, and Anthony, Angela, Lance, and Stephanie were like, oh, we lied earlier when we did that reward. But they found 2 clues that kind of link up to find a reward at our camp. But this is exactly the same as one of them, so I feel like this might just be nothing right now.
But I didn't want to seem shady because I know you saw my water bottle, and I know you just probably think it was in that. So I trust all of y'all, and I would rather be upfront so you wouldn't be thinking like moving forward that I was a shady bitch.
I was slightly concerned, but
Yeah,
I'm
but
glad
I
you were
mean,
upfront about it, and
yeah.
we just wanted to, we didn't want to say anything until we got like here, because we didn't want any of the
much
other
right,
to hear.
yeah.
So did you guys get the item?
So what is
No.
What is it? Is it a clue?
So I think we just need to find it as a tribe, and
Is it out at camp?
Yours
Yeah.
is a reward. I found out later from Lance and Stephanie that the reason that they went ahead and did that in front of everyone is because Sam had been going through water bottles and they thought that she had found that clue. So I think that there are folks that may be going through bags, and that pisses me off. That I'm just like, there is no reason for you to go to that extreme at this point. You know, if we're going to be all hunky-dory and good vibes and everybody loves each other, that sort of thing, and then you're going to betray trust by going through people's bags, that's pretty shitty.
Sam, we was in the process of getting things together for the barter. Many of the tribe mates knew that I had the flint and steel that we had acquired early in the day, and just so happened I had my clue for the reward that we retrieved that's back at camp in my water bottle case. And she literally like opened my water bottle case and was looking for the flint and steel, and came across a note. You know, I didn't think too much nothing of it, but I knew I was gonna have to like fix things moving forward, because I'm definitely not a rookie to this, but I definitely made a rookie mistake by leaving it in my water bottle. I don't know what I was thinking. I was just worried it would fall out my shorts, and it seems like she's gonna think I'm shady. So I'm like, when we get back to camp, I'm just gonna address it and get everyone on the tribe on the same page. So I did that. People started going out looking for their said reward.
In the center of your tribe's fire pit and facing the trail leading to your camp, turn 180 degrees and walk directly away from the fire pit and into the woods. Walk until you find the group of 3 rocks. Then locate
That's where I
the nearest
peed.
tree.
No, I kicked those rocks out of the way earlier, but I know where it is.
But that is only half of the story. Add the other half of the clue to find your way to the reward. But don't wait too long. This reward will only be available for a limited time.
Here, hold on. Let Julia go.
I was like, she's been peeing on those rocks. They're white rocks. I saw them earlier today.
Yeah, and I picked one up and put it over in the fire.
Oh, awesome. We crushed it in terms of the rooting.
It was like right here. There were 3 of them. See the stone mark? I picked them right here.
The nearest
What's
tree.
your
And
second
then
half?
from this point, continue to the woods directly away from your fire pit.
Yep, so it's down that path.
The nearest tree
into the woods. Okay, so it says find the tree, and then what? You walk towards the tree, and then go straight.
Or maybe it's like find the nearest tree and then go straight. So maybe it's out this way.
Is it down inside here?
I'm gonna look out here because I feel like that would make sense to me. Like you find the nearest tree and then you walk straight away from it. You walk straight to find it.
It said wrong house, so I would think it'd be like you see the tree, and then you go down away from the fire pit. And they say it's a reward.
Find your reward.
It is just, okay, so if we go to this tree, and then you keep it into the woods away from the fire. Wait, where were the rocks?
There's a reward in the woods that we cannot find, which means that someone has it because we scoured that area. So someone's just like real shifty and got it without any of us knowing. I'm banking on Colin because I don't think Travis would be able to lie to me that straight. And Travis and I are pretty tight, so I think he would have told me, although I wouldn't have told him if I found it, but I did not.
I hate that movie. I think it's so overrated. Straight up.
No luck.
Someone has that.
I really thought I saw it.
You know that movie, The Parent Trap? When they go,
She goes, there are no mountain lions on here. And they
Not
go,
happy.
ha ha ha.
But they're snipe.
Oh, we were just searching frantically for it. I didn't see anything. I don't think anyone else saw anything. But I think they're going to keep searching until they find it. And I think I'm really good with Colin, Sam, and Anthony. So if they see someone find it, I know they'll tell me that someone found it. So I'm not worried about being here right now.
When I got back to camp, someone else pulled out the same clue that they said they had gotten as a reward when that big tribe mix-up happened. So they read that, and my entire tribe goes looking for the idol. So I'm looking around, I kind of head down where I think it would be, and I see a little like burlap bag sitting wedged in a tree, and there are people everywhere around me. So Julia, thankfully, who I'm like super close with, is standing there, and she kind of peeked around, and she was like, wait, what was that? And I just looked at her, and I was like, it's right in front of me. But I was like, don't say a word. So, thankfully, I kind of did a quick glance around. Everyone kind of looked different ways, grabbed it, and just dropped it in my pants. Because I was like, okay, I got that. And I went down a little ways. I kept looking for a while, collected up some firewood. So, it's still in my pants right now because I'm not sure where to put it as.
Shit is cray right now. There is so many funny dynamics in this tribe, and it's so interesting. Those two teams earlier today said that they didn't find the the clue to the hidden immunity idol, but they both did, and they came back and told our whole tribe where it was. Then Colin, we're all looking for it, and nobody thinks we found it. Colin found it, and I'm the only one who saw that Colin found it, which is good because Colin and I are working together.
So this is the hidden immunity idol. This is a hidden immunity idol that can be used at any tribal council when there are at least 5 contestants remaining in the game, presented after the votes are cast, but before they are repped. So, I think Julia is super excited that I was the one who got it, and the fact that we're the only 2 that know, and it's definitely going to stay that way.
Just give us the fire! Just give it! A little bit of mental work. Look at my magnesium is like right here.
So, I mean, we're fine. Like, I'm cool with him, but I haven't talked to him since that game ended last year.
Oh my god, I want to die.
I got the scoop on what happened yesterday. With person group.
I want to die. This is stupid.
What if we use
Apparently my thought was not good. Yeah, we got it. Stephanie.
Good job, girl.
Feeling good? Which is, I hate saying it because you watch the show and you're like, oh, whenever someone says they're feeling good, they always go home. But I mean, we haven't even had the option of tribal yet. So right now, I feel okay. But I think it's all going to come down to a swap. And we have the, we have an advantage in one of the first 5 tribal, not tribals, immunity challenges. So that's definitely going to help tomorrow too.
My agenda tonight is to not be sick anymore, to not go puke in the weeds, to not look weak, and to cuddle up to Sam and Julia. That's my plan tonight.
I just don't know where people stand right now. Because a lot of people is assuming a swap in the morning so they don't feel that we'll vote each other out. But my thought process is I want to be prepared, at least have an A, B, and C for a possible vote where if things go haywire and we do lose an immunity challenge. We've been on a little streak today, but it's all the marbles tomorrow. And if I don't have a plan set, it could be my name written down.
There's definitely work to be done. I just don't know what that work is. I think the more chaos, the better when swaps happen. I think that's what will help me and to help me kind of step back from the spotlight a little bit.
last bit of business we have to attend?
Did he give it to me? Austin gave it to me. 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 He gave it to me. Are you fucking kidding me? He fucking gave it to me. I knew he was looking at me so fucking hard. I wonder if Rachel told him to. I wonder if Rachel told him. Holy fucking shit. Holy shit. Is this an idol? Is this an immunity idol? Give me this
Open
shit.
it and read it.
Take that. I'm sorry. I just threw it. This is it. Austin. 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 Austin.
can be used at any tribal council with at least 5 contestants remaining in the game. Presented after the votes are cast before they are read. Holy fucking shit. Wow, I love Austin so much right now. I could kiss that man. Amazing. Okay, I feel great. Do I need to keep this note? I should, because I can make a fake idol. I am dying inside. I am so freaking happy. I am not telling a single soul about this idol. Not even my alliance, because those fuckers try and backstab me. They're got another thing coming.
Well, I think it's gonna be weird with Sam especially. I'm pretty sure Austin told us that he gave it to Sam, which is good because my #1 ally likes Sam and he doesn't know that we have a thing. So then her squad and my squad can become a squad eventually, which could be good. On the downside, my Shrimp Hut and STC friends know that Sam doesn't need a freaking advantage because she's the most outgoing, social person and everyone loves her at first. I mean, they love her every time, but at least at first, like, to give her more power is scary. But hopefully she'll want to stick with me at some point.
Sam's somebody that I really like, so I'm hoping that it can be something where hopefully get on swap with her, or in the future at the merge we can come together and I can sort of talk to her and just build off that connection of sending her an advantage in the game. I'm actually very ready for a swap. I feel like, I don't want to say I have my finger completely on the pulse of where things are at in this tribe, but I feel like I have a pretty good sense, and I don't like the way that looks for me.
If we swap, the plan is to just stay Zica strong, right? Which is always the plan. But plan is to stay Zica strong, and then when we come back, vote people off.
I feel like our tribe has just been gelling. Obviously, after 6 or 7 challenges today, everybody's getting a little bit tired. But it's a happy tribe. Everybody's encouraging. Nobody seems to be hot-tempered or anything like that. And everybody's going, we're all going to stick together. We're going to be, this is that, and this is the greatest team ever, and and all that joy and stuff. And we carry that on into today.
This is going exactly how I wanted it to go, which is, I'm assuming will probably blow up tomorrow on me, but I wanted us to have some like special team moments, winning rewards. I wanted me to have some of my own kind of moments of winning stuff for the team.
Yeah, I mean, 4th of July, I'm thinking like probably gonna get something, maybe like a little food, but nah, man, I am starving. I am exhausted. I got nothing today. It was blowhard, but we're still here, so we're getting at it.
Here are my 5 things. Don't die. Don't get maimed. Don't embarrass my friends, family, coworkers. Don't embarrass myself. Win.
In years past and seasons past, that even maybe tonight there's going to be some type of mix-up. If not, it'll be tomorrow morning.
It's still light out, so I feel like there's probably one more thing going on. But I thought that before we started confessionals, so now I'm not really sure, but going with the flow.
Ready to hopefully sleep. I don't know. I'm way more exhausted. Yeah, I'd be fine with 2 hours. I think I got like 15 minutes last night. And just like, and then you start thinking about it, and then you're like, oh, somebody next to me is asleep, and then you're jealous, and then it's like, then you just start thinking about that.
Today was crazy. I think we came in as the underdogs, and so we felt like we had nothing to lose. We kind of had this, we were in the lead for over half the day, and then we kind of lost that lead, but then we got second. For second place, we got 2 hot dogs and 2 hamburgers with huge cups of ketchup, relish, and mustard. I'm still waiting for someone to eat the full cup of relish.
It's been awesome. Okay. I love it. I really do. It's been super cool. I'm really happy about it.
Happy 4th of July. Mixing of a hot dog real bad. Upon had a roller coaster of a day. We won some challenges, we lost some challenges, but all in all, I think we had a successful day. We work really well as a team, which is super exciting to know. I don't know how useful that's going to be in the coming days, but we figured out what our strengths are, we figured out what our weaknesses are, and we learned how to communicate in a way that was the most useful for all of us in stressful challenge moments. But all in all, I would say we had a pretty successful day, and I think it was a good cap to day 2. because I think everyone now is settled in and kind of has the best feel for how everyone is doing in the game so far.
Busy day, and it was hot, but you know, as a team, I think we did very well together. You know, Luke got a little bit sick. I think he ended up drinking too much water, I think is what he was told. But yeah, it just got hot, but you know what, our tempers never flared. I mean, we have a great group. It's going to be hard to, you know, determine the next steps. I mean, we know it's coming, and we know tonight might be the last good night, you know, until, you know, the bloodbath. It seems to me, and this comes usually from like William or Jason, that they because of their background with the Survivor Challenge, it's like, oh, they're going to do a switch up, or, you know, they never have the same tribe, or they, you know, oh, we're going to do something tonight, you know, we're not going to stay the same. So there's not been a lot of strategy talk.
I mean, we've all been speculating that we're going to be swapping tribes. I don't think that we're going to be staying in these until a merge or something like that. Because we've been together for so long, it's kind of time to meet new people and enter a new phase of the game, I think. I will definitely work with Donna on a swap, like, very closely. I don't really know how to, she is older, so she would interact in a different way. So, like, I feel like she has good one-on-one relationships with people, but as far as forming an alliance, I don't really know, like, who would be in an alliance of me and Donna, and like who else, I don't know who else would be there. Jason, I'm not really that interested in working with him. Okay. He has like met a lot of people here because he goes to so many casting calls. He has like maybe one or two close relationships outside of our tribe, but he just like can connect with a lot of people. He's like, oh, I've seen you. I don't know, it's just not really my cup of tea.
I have kind of a, you know, I know Austin Jackson from last year, so, and I don't know that Brendan, I guess I met him at a casting call, so we have a slight connection before this, but I don't remember him half as much as he remembers me. So Sam Lechner, she and I were at a casting call in Pennsylvania a long time ago, and like I remember her, you know, clearly, and she kind of remembers me a little bit, but I keep adding a couple pieces like, hey, we did this together, and it's coming back, and I think she knows that. Okay. But, and I also on, I think it's Zica, the Orange Tribe, is Jen from last year. I know her, so I have that connection with her. I think as a tribe, we're expecting to have this swap coming up, so we don't know if it'll be tonight, we don't know if it'll be tomorrow, but we are really excited to like still stay strong wherever we go.
Knowing the fact that the team that you start out with isn't going to be voting each other out in that exact format, that is the best alliance to do. It's hard because every single person has to be on board in order for it to work, because you have to carry that to merge. So you're talking about probably 2 days worth of just people doing their own thing. And you got to trust them, and they're not just going to do something else. And that's a long time. So that's a really crazy strategy. But it just so happens that this team is so crazy in love with each other that that's all they want to do, because we are like, this is like the best setup. We had the best night last night. We've been downplaying it, saying that it was a bad night. We had a blazing fire from sundown to sunrise. We've been having all the laughs and just a good time, and we're already getting emotional by the fact that we're not going to be a tribe for much longer. And that's the exact kind of thing that I was hoping for, and that's the only way that this strategy works, and I think it's actually going to work it.
The best part of this so far has been like the non-game part. Like, we just have fun like talking and being around each other. I feel like there hasn't been enough strategy for me. And like I said, we're probably not going to tribal council in these tribes. We don't know. But it makes sense to not over strategize. I just get bored with just like we go over the same strategy of what we're going to do on swaps and merges, and it's just like, no, this is not how it's going to go, guys. And I'm ready to like cut people.
So the best part, hands down, is just like playing the game, and then we really haven't even got into like the voting part, so that's a little weird to say, but just like doing the challenges, connecting with people that are not in your tribe, like trying to build relationships, that's like the best part by far. For me, I think personally, there's been a couple challenges that I was hoping I'd do better in that I didn't. especially holding up the plates. That was horrible for me, and all we had to do was just outlast Keya to get the feast, and we couldn't do it, and I hate that. So that was probably my lowest moment. Outside of that, it's probably just like the downtime between activities. I think we're all just so itchy to play the game and do the challenges, and so like having even just 5 or 10 minutes in between, we're just like, we have all this pent-up energy that we want to keep going. So yeah, so I think overall it's been a great experience, but I think the next kind of phase is going to be where like the real stuff comes to life.